Hi, I'm Rev Kola Ewuosho, and I'm glad that you're able to be with us in this recording. And I want you to know that if you can lay hold on the previous ones and combine it with this one, your life will never be the same again. You see, these are things that have helped many people across the world who have listened and helped, been helped by it, and you also can be helped. That's why this is being done for you. You know, a lot of people I mentor, a lot of pastors, a lot of businessmen that I have had the privilege of sharing some things with, and they are so grateful today that things have changed in their lives, and I want things to change in yours too. Remember, our title has been Seven Keys to Living the Life of a World Changer. And the subtitle is Training Your Mind for Extraordinary Achievements. And we've looked at key one, we've looked at key two, we've looked at key three and key four. Today we're looking at key five, key six, and key seven. These last three keys, I believe, that will help you to train your mind to be an extraordinary achiever. And the last three keys that I believe will help you to also be a world changer. Key number 5 today is daily wins beat unexpected breakthroughs. Daily commitments surpass sudden breakthroughs. Why is that a key? A lot of times, a lot of people wait and wait and wait until a sudden breakthrough comes. And usually, those things don't happen as regularly as we want them to. Why is that so? Because we have this notion once again that one of these days, God will bless me. One of these days, my breakthrough will come. Whereas I don't want to hinder or spoil anybody's expectations of God. But I'm saying that there's another dimension, another perspective to these things. That, you know, somebody can actually hear about Joseph. One day he was a prisoner, and before the end of that day, he found himself as a prime minister under Pharaoh in Egypt. And you say, one day God will raise me up. God is a God of the suddenlies, and God is a God of the impossibilities. I agree with all of those things. But let's look at Joseph's life a bit more closely and ask ourselves, did it just happen one day? Or the same Joseph had been through slavery in Potiphar's house, and he learned and grew into being a master slave, to the point where everything in his master's house was given him, they gave him authority over them. Even when the master's wife appealed to him in the book of Genesis, this same Joseph said, how can I do such a great thing and sin against God? He understood something that many don't understand, that when power or authority is delegated, you use it for the benefit of the one who delegates it. And that's what Joseph did. He said, everything in this house has been given to me except you, because you are his wife. I have authority over everything. And the woman appealed to Joseph and was willing to lay down her body for Joseph to have immoral relationship with her. And Joseph said no, and he ran out. And she lied against him, and Joseph was still put in prison. This same Joseph bounced up again after prison experience. Instead of allowing that to make him feel, oh, poor me, what have I done? You know, life has been so bad. Why did God allow this? Those are the questions that people ask, and nobody seems to get any answer to it. And then they just remain in that state of self-pity. Please get out of self-pity. You don't need a pity party. You don't need a victim mentality. No matter what has happened to you, refuse a victim mentality. So Joseph rose up again in the prison, and this time around he began to interpret dreams for people. Why did he do that? He understood he had gifts and he had a relationship with God. He understood that his life was meant to be a blessing to others. So even in the prison, he was blessing others through the gift of God in him. That's what I call potential. That's what I call discovery, develop, and deploy of your potential, deployment of your potential. So Joseph did that. And so when the time came, he interpreted dreams of the people, some particular people, and when they got released and all of that, some years down the line, the king Pharaoh himself had a dream. Who do you think gave him the dream? God. Who do you think was ready to promote Joseph? God. And who do you think was the plan was for the one that he interpreted the dream for to be the one that Pharaoh will ask. And he said, oh, I forgot, there was a man in the prison. And so in that one day, truly, Joseph moved from being a prisoner to becoming the prime minister. But I want you to know that one day didn't happen until that Joseph had been winning his daily battles, daily commitments, and daily disciplines. Another person you can look at his daily life is Daniel. When the Bible says that they told Daniel that nobody should pray to any god, in Daniel chapter 6, I think it is, and Daniel, as his manner has been, prayed. He didn't allow the sudden thing that they said to change his daily discipline. So what am I bringing out? This key is about daily wins. You must have a daily habit. What do you want to do? Make a list, set priority, decide on what's most important, and face it. If you have a goal, face what's most important about the goal and do it daily. In other words, if it's a goal for health, if it's discipline, nutrition, face it. If it's a goal for developing your mind, lay out what needs to be done and do it. If it's a goal for achieving something in your career, lay out what needs to be done and do it. That's what I call daily wins. It's those daily wins that beat the unexpected breakthroughs. A lot of times we don't know it, but when opportunity meets preparation, promotion or breakthrough is inevitable. The problem is many are not disciplining themselves to be prepared. Fancy if Joseph was made the prime minister, but he had not developed his leadership skills. He had not developed himself personally. All he knew was the ability to interpret dreams. He would be a failure as a leader under Pharaoh. But he had been developing. And that's what I'm saying in this key. What are the things you want to become? What are the things you perceive you need to do? Keep developing. You will be shocked. The day promotion comes will be the day the opportunity you have been. And let me inform you, opportunities are around. They abound all the time. They abound, but there are not too many developing themselves. There are not too many disciplining themselves. There are not too many learning to be all that they can be. So key number 6 today is the more you learn, the more you will achieve. Invest in your personal and professional development. You know, many people have said things along those lines, but I want you to know that it is not a waste of money to invest in you undergoing a training, to invest in you buying products that can help you change your thought patterns, to invest in you buying products like CDs. Somebody calls it automobile university. That when you're driving from one place to another and you have some good CDs you are listening to, it's on record that you can actually go through a whole university undergraduate course in a period of 2 to 3 years. If you drive as much as 2 to 3, 4 hours every day, you'll just be listening and you'll be covering grounds. What about doing that spiritually? What about doing that in any area where you can just keep developing yourself in the automobile university? Or just make a habit, invest in yourself. It's on record that those who have increased their output or their productivity also have increased their investment. So I want to share with you that one of the keys here, key number 6, is that the more you learn, the more you will achieve. Learn. You don't need to redraw the things that have been done. Learn from those who have gone ahead of you. Learn from those who have succeeded. Learn the ways of success. Learn the ways of discipline. And you find out that the more you learn, the more you will achieve. So don't be ashamed to invest. It costs money to develop yourself. If anybody tells you it's going to be free, forget it. It costs money to buy a book, and it costs time to read it. It costs money to buy a CD or a set of CDs, and it costs time to listen to it. It costs money to go for a training conference, and it costs time to be there and spend the time, give your whole focus and attention. There is a place for investment, and it is not going to be cheap if you want to achieve great results. That's what I'm saying here. It's not going to be cheap. So I want you to get all that cheap mentality out of your mind, that you have a potential, you have a greatness that is lying inside you, but is awaiting your investment in it. Investment of resources, investment of money, investment of time, investment of so many things to begin to develop yourself. And the last key here is key number 7, that says what you release is what is donated back to you. In other words, this principle of sowing and reaping. What you invest in, what you do to the universe, or what you invest, what you release. And that's why from thoughts to words to actions, you need to watch them. But what this is saying, what you release is what will be donated back to you. A lot of people major on releasing negative report. A lot of people major on describing how terrible things are. And that's what they get back in their lives. And they don't know why. But you can decide to release good things into this atmosphere. You can decide to release positive things into the atmosphere. And what would you get back? You get back good things. Genesis 8:22 says, while the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, the day and the night shall not cease. I tell you what you release into the universe is what is donated back to you. Is that not a good thing? So let's look at those 7 keys again as we round up today. Key number 1 was, what is the vision driving you? Key number 2 is, what is your perception of your potential? Key number 3 is, yes, you will be misunderstood, you will be criticized, but you need to stay focused and move into the extraordinary. And key number 4 is, failure reveals progress. So why is that a key? Heartbreak delivers strength, but the discipline you practice in the face of these things will give you the victory over them, and you become a better person. Key number 5 is, daily wins beat unexpected breakthroughs. Your daily committed surpass sudden breakthroughs. It was not one day that Joseph became made prime minister in Egypt. It is not that day he suddenly acquired all the necessary skills to lead. Daily disciplines are important. Key number 6 is, the more you learn, the more you will achieve. Invest in your personal and professional development. And key number 7 is, what you release into the universe is donated back to you. It's a seed principle, and it is true in every sphere of life. As we summarize this, I say it boils down to responsibility, attitude, and development. Responsibility, attitude, leadership, and discipline. When right habits are cultivated and practiced regularly, success is inevitable. The choice to go on to be successful and truly live a fulfilling life is the choice that opens us up to the help from above. We need to stop using excuses to prevent ourselves from taking responsibility for our future. Stop the victim mindset and take on the victor's mindset. Give your best no matter where you are in life. Adjustments needed for an extraordinary life is our responsibility towards God and man. And I tell you what, until I come your way next time, it's been my joy to share this with you, and I know you'll be asking questions as to how to get more. But I want you to know, stay on this channel and we'll show you how to get more and more and more so that we can develop and grow together, and you can be all that God has ordained for you. Once again, thank you for your time, and thank you for staying through all this series. My name is Rev Kola Ewuosho of the Fountain of Wisdom Ministries, and I love you with the love of God, and I trust that your life will never be the same again. God bless you.